I wish those women would completely disappear from my life." The bitterly worded entry in Burt Lancaster's private diary, later publicly disclosed by his grandson Bill Lancaster, stunned all of Hollywood. In those private writings, Burt did not hesitate to name the actresses he hated most, a complete contrast to the benevolent persona the public once admired. Some he accused of spreading rumors of his on-set harassment, causing him to lose an important role. Others had drawn him into a contentious love triangle, turning him into an object of jealousy for all of Hollywood. And one even revealed to the press his same-sex dating with a famous male actor, forcing Lancaster to face the harsh wave of discrimination prevalent in that decade. Ultimately, which stars did Burt Lancaster name, and who truly left the deepest wound in his life? 1. Sophia Loren, the Italian goddess who dared to refuse. Burt Lancaster. In 1961, the whole of Madrid seemed to explode when the film crew for El Cid arrived in Spain. This was an epic blockbuster that European press called the biggest film of the decade, featuring two major names: Burt Lancaster, the man Hollywood hailed as a symbol of power, and Sophia Loren, the Italian goddess who was driving all of Europe wild. Everyone believed this combination would be a perfect synergy, but the behind-the-scenes reality was a tense tragedy. According to an article in La Stampa that September, Burt Lancaster appeared daily at the Ritz Madrid hotel where Loren and her team were staying. He didn't just bring vibrant bouquets of red roses. He even hired a flamenco band to stand beneath her balcony throughout the afternoon, serenading Loren. A waiter at the Ritz later recounted on the RA Story program that Lancaster would often sit alone for hours in the corridor, staring up the stairs, muttering, "Sophia will have to agree. She can't keep refusing." As days passed, Lancaster's persistent attempts to approach Loren increasingly embarrassed the crew. On one occasion, according to a production assistant's private diary, Lancaster even knocked on Loren's door late at midnight, using the script as an excuse. Loren did not open the door, and the next morning she recounted in the makeup room, "I saw him standing outside in the corridor, not moving for an entire hour. It truly gave me the chills." This news quickly leaked out, becoming a sensational topic in the Madrid tabloids. Not stopping there, Burt Lancaster consistently appeared at every party Sophia attended. A reporter from El País noted that at one reception, Lancaster always tried to wedge himself next to Loren, telling frivolous stories just to capture her attention. But Sophia would coldly turn away, only offering a polite social smile in response. The climax came at a dinner party at the Palacio de Cibeles, where Loren spoke frankly to a friend, and the story quickly reached the reporters. "I came here to make a film, not to be a conquest in Burt Lancaster's collection." That refusal spread at lightning speed. Variety called it the most public humiliation of Lancaster's career. The Hollywood Reporter emphasized that Sophia Loren did what no Hollywood woman dared to do: flatly reject one of the most powerful men in the world. American television constantly broadcast the story, turning Lancaster from an invincible icon into a defeated figure in the public eye. Consequently, the atmosphere on the El Cid set became thick with discomfort. Director Anthony Mann often had to stop takes because as soon as Lancaster and Loren made eye contact, they would immediately turn in opposite directions. A Los Angeles Times reporter described the film's backdrop with a haunting phrase: "It was the harshest winter right in the middle of the Spanish summer." For Lancaster, a man famously arrogant, Loren's coldness was nothing short of a fatal stab to his pride. He was accustomed to adoration and reverence, but Sophia Loren was the exception, the woman who dared to say no, even when the whole world thought she should smile. From then on, Burt Lancaster no longer saw Sophia Loren as a colleague, but as the Italian goddess who had publicly shamed him before all of Hollywood. This scandal not only cost him a friendly co-star, but also left a psychological scar that made Lancaster guarded, difficult, and defensive in his later relationships. Yet the shock named Sophia Loren wasn't the end. Before the audience could forget the icy gaze Loren gave Lancaster in Madrid, he immediately stepped into another confrontation. This time, it wasn't silent coldness, but a legendary kiss on a Hawaiian beach that turned into a nightmare astonishing all of Hollywood. 2. Deborah Kerr, the kiss of a lifetime that became a nightmare. In 1953, New York erupted when From Here to Eternity premiered at the Criterion Theater. Audiences lined up for blocks just to see what was predicted to be a film that would change American cinema. As expected, the movie instantly became a phenomenon. But what caused a global sensation was the scene of Burt Lancaster and Deborah Kerr embracing amidst the surging waves on a Hawaiian beach. Time magazine even ran a cover headline, "The Kiss That Changed Cinema." But behind that immortal romantic kiss was a nightmare for the people involved. According to a report by journalist Richard Merriman in Life magazine, Deborah Kerr frequently complained that Lancaster behaved like a general. He imposed every detail from how she should place her hands to how she should lower her head. At a Beverly Hills party in February 1954, Kerr confided to friends, "He's charismatic in front of the camera, but off camera he just likes to give orders. I've never met anyone so domineering." The conflict escalated to its peak while filming the Waikiki beach scene. Kerr later recounted that Lancaster took advantage of the intimate scenes to excessively touch her. Some crew witnesses even whispered that she felt forced into unwanted intimacy. This rumor quickly leaked, and Hollywood began to buzz that Deborah Kerr had subtly accused Lancaster of on-set harassment. Director Fred Zinnemann was forced to intervene by taking them both aside for a private conversation by the sea. But just minutes later, the sound of their argument echoed across the sand. An assistant director noted in a report sent to Columbia Pictures, "Just a small spark, and the whole set will explode." When the film became a massive hit and won 8 Academy Awards in March 1954, the public expected Lancaster and Kerr to walk the red carpet together as a perfect on-screen couple. The reality was the complete opposite. Deborah Kerr took photos with Montgomery Clift and director Fred Zinnemann, while Lancaster appeared in a different group, maintaining absolute distance. The Los Angeles Times quipped, "The screen's most passionate couple, but not in the same frame in real life." Years later, in a BBC special program in the 70s, when asked about the immortal kiss scene, Deborah Kerr only offered a knowing smile. "On screen it was wonderful, but in real life, that was a time I never want to remember." That veiled statement only further convinced the public that behind the legendary kiss was a scandal that was never explicitly written down. This bitter truth left a paradox. What the audience saw as the most beautiful moment was the darkest memory for those involved. Burt Lancaster and Deborah Kerr created an eternal film scene, but they also etched their names into one of the most strained relationships in Hollywood history. And before the public could recover from the shock of Sophia Loren's cold refusal and reel from the nightmare kiss with Deborah Kerr, another scandal erupted. This time, it wasn't a rumor, but a fleeting, bitter affair with Rita Hayworth, Hollywood's goddess of glamour, who turned Lancaster from a lover into an enemy in the blink of an eye. 3. Rita Hayworth, the goddess of glamour who turned a lover into an enemy. Mention Rita Hayworth and audiences of Hollywood's golden age immediately recall the image of the goddess of glamour with fiery red hair in 1946's Gilda. She once captivated millions of men from aviation magnate Howard Hughes